Well, good morning everyone and welcome back to another video. I hope you're well. So today you join me sort of more in more remote fields and stuff. We've got this lovely canola field behind me, some nice trees way off in the distance and trees off to the right there. Yeah, a really beautiful day. But the reason why I'm up here, I'll just adjust that exposure a little bit. The reason why I'm up here today is, you might remember in my last video, I was struggling for breath. You'll hear it, actually I'll link it in here. Oh, don't feel like I got any breath. Oh jeez, that's hard. And it's because of my ribs that don't allow me to breathe. This is a struggle. I was really struggling with my breathing. My diaphragm wasn't the best, or my ribs were just restricting how much I could breathe. So the next day I had so much more pain and I was struggling to talk, let alone do anything. So what I ended up doing, I called a health line, told them what's going on. They told me to go to the hospital straight away. So I found the nearest one, I drove myself there. They were originally wanting me to go in an ambulance, but I said I feel like I can drive there. I don't feel like I'm gonna, put myself or anyone at risk. So what I've done is I drove up, I checked into ED, the emergency department, and got a load of tests done. This wind is strong, I'm gonna have to push you down a little bit more. Yeah, got checked over, everything was good. I had my obs done, I had an ECG, I had my bloods done and a whole load of other tests done. Everything came back good, nothing to be concerned about. Only problem was there was no GP or no doctor there, unfortunately, so I had to discharge myself against the sort of advice, but they told me there was nothing wrong with me, or they said all my things were good, so there was no cause for alarm. I had Panadine Forte they gave me, which helped me with my condition so much better. The reason why I'm a bit looking that way and that way, I'm on a gravel track, it's not very wide, and I'm just keeping my wits about me as well, just that exposure slightly. So yeah, ended up taking the Panadine Forte, driving back, and I got back to the campsite. Jeez, this wind is cold and it's quite strong. Got back to the campsite, ended up editing yesterday's the previous video, and got about 4 or 5 hours sleep. I was expecting to get back here and earlier this morning see the doctor and then do a little thing I planned. Sadly that didn't happen because the doctor won't be back until about 3:30, and it's just 11:20 now, so I've got a bit of time to kill. Call this winter strong. So yeah, going to take some photos up this way. I've chosen this dirt track just to see what's out here. So I think I've got 2 compositions, these trees right off in the distance over there and these trees over here, using the canola fields, my foreground. So yeah, it looks quite nice. The trees in the distance I did originally see, but I couldn't get a clear line of sight to them. So I've got my displays keeps blinking at me. So yeah, what I've ended up doing is driving around, and I think I'm going to shoot towards them. They look a bit small in the scene, but I think it's going to work nicely for me. So yeah, going to get out with a nice long lens. Working on my first composition. I'm finding my left wrist is very sore, very painful to move. So probably when I get back to Perth I'll get that looked at by my local GP. But yeah, we're focusing on these trees now, just picking out a focal length. It's very windy, as I mentioned, and we've switched over to the wireless mic now, just to because the other mic was getting buffeted around quite a bit. So yeah, I've got these trees, lovely trees in the distance. I think they're pine trees by the look of it. I'm going to go for a nice 16:9. Want a lot of space either side of them, and I'm just going to wait for the light to get on them. We're getting buffeted Might take the lens hood off to help me. I do have a polarizing filter on there as well, just to remove the shine and help with the contrast. So we've got some lovely light on there now. I think I'm going to get that. An 80th 100 ISO f7.1. This fields a lovely light. Like the subject matter over there, there's just these 3 trees in the middle of nowhere. Really sort of isolation sort of work. Lovely light as well. Hopefully I can get it before the light comes over and blocks those trees. It's coming quickly. Get it now. Get it now. There we go. Settings are all good. It looks good. Yeah, now it's lost to the light, or lost to the shadows. That looks really quite nice. Might get my 1.4 out and have a go, but mind you, that will limit my light and it'll mean me cranking up my ISO more. So I might leave it. Yeah, I can see a rain bank coming in right now, so I don't want to be here for too long, because especially being on dirt roads, it's going to get very, very slick. So I might go shot those trees over there. They look really nice with the yellow and those lovely simple trees. So yeah, I'm going to get a photograph of them as well. I've got the light coming back through. I'm going to go for a square crop, see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks nice as well. Okay, angle it down a little bit. Get the foreground interest. Check the focus. Yep, they're all good. Got that light coming through. Very, very nice. Okay, let's get a shot of these trees over here. Yeah, I think I'll just go for a pano, keep it nice and simple. I'll switch it round while getting this light, and there's, yeah, a lot of heavy rain coming. So no, I'll go 16:9 because it feels like we've got too much sky and too much foreground. Focusing on the trees. Car now, and this is what's resorted to. So yeah, doing some photography from this inside my car. So you might remember in one of my videos I made some mist filters. Well, it didn't work out with the stuff I used, but what I ended up doing is getting some white spray paint and spraying it, and it seems to have worked a treat. So I'm going to put this on the camera now, and there's a subject that I like of this tree in this field. And this will be my first photo taken with this. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like. Oh wow, that's really, really hazy. But in a good way. Get that focus. Oh, that's nice. Wow, it gives me the effect that I want. That's perfect. Beautiful. I'm going to go for a nice portrait style as well now. Underexpose a little bit. Still able to use autofocus. Christ, this wind is strong. These dirt tracks aren't very nice as well. I'm going to put the hood on. These dirt tracks aren't very nice because of once it gets a bit of rain on it, gets a bit wet, it gets very slicky. It gets very slippery. So you get a thick layer of like ooze. But yeah, I know how to drive in it. I've done driving like this before when I was yeah, done it for work. So yeah, I know how to handle it. Yeah, great stuff. Anyway, let's see what else we find. Scary. I came through a really soft bit, and what you normally do is you power down, you keep the revs high, low gear, and yeah, I ended up losing the front and the back, and the car started going sideways. I started to steer the way I wanted to go. The car kept going, and then I ended up just tapping the brakes, and then that just made the car go woo woo, just both ways. It was very scary. I thought I was going to crash and then be stranded out here. But yeah, luckily my car is all-wheel drive. Yeah, that is pretty dirty now. And I think I'm a little dirty as well. Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, when you see trees coming towards you and you go, oh shit, but I was still steering full lock left to get me back. So I went right, the rear of the car came round, and then I went left, and then I went left, right. Oh, I really thought I was going to spin out, but I managed to recover it, which was good. Good thing I've got a Tiptronic gearbox on this car and big fat tyres, or big tyres on this car. Oh, did I get any dirt on the front of the car? Did get a little bit up there. It's not too bad. Oh, blimey. Oh dear. I'm so far away from everything as well. But what I didn't realise about this place, so hang on, I'll just lock the car. I don't think anyone's going to come here anyway. I did take some photos along the way of like these of the fields and stuff just from my car. But I didn't know what this place was going to be like. So there's a lot of photographic opportunities around here. There's a lot of like dead trees. And I'm just walking to the lake now, and there's some dead trees within the lake which I think look awesome. So I'll wait for some clouds to come over. I'm going to probably spend an hour here and do some long exposures. Just going to adjust that exposure a little bit. I wish I had my medication right now, because I'm already out of puff from that. That took it out of me. Oh, well, it's very slick here as well. So you can see those trees out there. Lovely. So I'll wait for some clouds to come over, get the camera out, take some photos of that lovely little scene right there. Alright, I think we should head back to the car, wait for the conditions to change, and have some lunch. I've got my food with me, the conditions that I wanted. We've got some partly cloudy skies anyway. Well, the exposure's really blown out there. Partly cloudy skies, and I think that's actually going to work really quite nice. So I want sort of a hard contrast image, yet a long exposure. I've got some nice fallen trees in the foreground here, which overlap the scene quite nicely, leading you to this tree. I've got to get the composition just right. I think I'm going to come up quite high with my tripod, as high as it will come. That way I can look down on the scene and get the clouds. I think, yeah, going that way it's going to be perfect. I think I'm going to put on a 15 stop I don't think I'll worry about a grab because that'll probably darken the top of the trees. No polarizer because we want that reflection in the tree, in the reflection of the clouds in the water, give us a nice whitewasher look. And then we've got the trees, which are going to be nice and contrasty. So yeah, I didn't do a walkover video of me walking over. I'm struggling to it hurts to breathe now. So yeah, just setting up the camera now, and yeah, I don't know if this is going to be my last shot of the day. I really don't know. So, but I've left the cable release in the car because I don't need it. I'm going to use the bulb in this camera and just the 2-second self timer, and that should be fine. The tricky bit is working out my exposure time. So yeah, I've got this one of these branches coming into frame, and I don't want that. It's just going to get in the way. So yeah, trying to balance the scene when you've got no control over it is quite tricky, but not impossible. So I wish I bought my 16-35 though. The 24-105 is going to have to do. Oh, it's plenty. It's wide enough. I'm still not used to that. I'm so used to the Hasselblad, and yeah. Anyway, I do miss that system, but this definitely makes it easier now. So f11, 250th of a second, 100 ISO seems to work. I'll just do a test shot. 2-second self timer. Enter that. Got to be really careful of the blown out. I'm more worried about blown out whites in the clouds. So I just want to check that. Get my histogram. Yep, that's all good. With intolerance, we've got. Be good if I go a little bit more. Go at 200th per second, see what that looks like. Because my foreground is a bit dark, so I'm just going to check that. Check the focus and everything. Yep, that looks good. So now we'll go. So a 200th of a second f11. I'll probably be using a 15 stop. So go into my app on my phone. So 15 stops, and our test was a 200th of a second. That gives me an exposure time of 2 minutes 43 seconds. Lovely simple composition. Oh, that doesn't feel like it went in. Yeah, there we go, that feels a lot better. Whack it into bulb, 200, f11, 100 ISO. Oh good, kept the settings. So what did we say? Exposure time, bulb timer, enable, 15 stops, 2 minutes 43, good. Now to put the, take the eyepiece off and put it on our little cover. We've got long exposure noise reduction still on, and 2-second self timer, fine exposure. Now to take that shot. Alright, so I have to take the photo again. I forgot to compose my image. I just put it on the tripod, put the settings in, focused it, but I completely forgot to compose. So yeah, zoomed in, same settings and everything. Focal length of about 34mm, and yeah, I've got these nice trees either side that are curving inwards, which are framing the scene perfectly. Got the clouds going overhead, which is really nice, and it looks like it's about to rain, which is fantastic. So great. Oh shit! If I didn't mess up my composition, then I would have been able to get away with it. But I might have to make a dash for the car very soon. Hopefully, it's all right. Yeah. Damn it. Yeah. Probably say I've got about as long as the exposure's got left, so yeah, we're almost a minute into it, so another 2 minutes. I'm at a minute and a half or so. Anyway, I better get you back, and I'll leave the camera here to get the exposure. It'll be fine. I trust the camera. I don't trust this one though, and that wind is picking up, so yeah, I'll come back and get the camera and show you the result. Okay, so you join me on phone cam. I've got my umbrella out and I'm doing another long exposure, 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Yeah, this is my legs are getting a little wet, but the camera's nice and dry. Going for a nice 16:9 aspect ratio, a 2:1 we'll crop into. Yeah, looking awesome, a bit wider this time as well, probably at 24mm. And yeah, trying to keep the camera nice and sheltered. So I'm going to call it now. The rain has set in by the looks of it, and I want to get out of here, so I'm not going to have my lunch because I'm worried about the roads getting in and getting out are going to be even more slippery than they were before. So I'm definitely not going back the way I came. There's another way I can go. At least I hope so anyway, because I think I would probably lose it again, because that was basically like an ice rink. But yeah, really happy with the results I got from there. I did switch over and done a landscape scene of it. It did come out a little bit underexposed, but knowing the Canon camera, I'll be able to pull it out, no problems there. I will lose a little bit of detail, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. I think it's about a stop and a half underexposed, so it's not too bad. It's not like it's pitch black, so yeah. Damn. It is forecast to get heavier rain today, later on, so yeah, I really want to get out of here, get back to that town, and get to safety really. I don't want to be out here for too long, especially when it's raining, so yeah, but I will be adding this place to my WikiCamps app, so I'll come back here again because there's so much potential here and there's nothing on WikiCamps about it, no photos, very vague description, so yeah, awesome place. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It has been a bit of a mash up a little bit. I'm hoping I'll work my magic and make it look really good, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you've liked this video. If you have, be sure to hit that like button, it really helps out the channel. If you'd like to see more videos, be sure to subscribe, and if you've got any questions or you'd like to say anything, pop it down in the comment section below, and I will do my very best to get back to you. Anyway, I'm Simon, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Okay, bye for now.